Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the final round at Muirfield Village in Dublin, Ohio, as we play the final round of Jack Nicklaus's tournament, the Memorial. We started with 12 on the board, and we're down to 6. These 6 golfers have been eliminated. Corey Connors, Matt Fitzpatrick, Ben Griffin, Matty Schmid, Sepp Straka, and Justin Thomas. They have all fallen more than 6 shots back, so they are out of contention. And they'll be in the top 12, but they won't be looking to have any big paydays, so to speak. Now, I do have the B pluses and the B golfers right here. So we're a couple of holes away from looking for emerging contenders, and they could come from one of these 2 stacks. So we'll put them over here. Let's look at the score sheet. When the round started, Keegan Bradley had a 1-shot lead over keep calling him Mick Fleetwood, over Tommy Fleetwood. Pendrith 2 shots back, Higgs 3 shots back, and 4 guys 5 shots back, and 3 guys 6 shots back. And that's why they fell off so much, because they were so far back. And when you look at the leaders, or the first groupings, Keegan Bradley is the only one under par in the last 2 groups. He shot a 34. Fleetwood shot a 3 over 39, and Pendrith even par. And these 3 guys all 1 over par. So that's why so many guys are out of it, because Keegan Bradley he made a double bogey on the 4th hole, but he made 4 birdies to make up for it. So we did have 1 eagle in the front 9, and that belonged, if I can find it on the score sheet, where'd it go? I know somebody had an eagle. Now I can't find it. Oh, here it is right here. Wyndham Clark had an eagle 3 after he went for it. Got gallery cheers and got to go for it, and he got an eagle on the par 5. So he shot a 34 on the front side. He's also 1 under so far on the back side. And as we look at the board now, Keegan Bradley has a 4-shot lead over Pendrith and Clark, 6 shots over Fleetwood, Higgs, and Eckroat. Keegan Bradley started the 4th round with 5 blue chips, and he used those blue chips judiciously on the tough holes to gain control, and he was able to make birdies out of that, and that's why he got this big lead. Now, Wyndham Clark's the only one who has blue chips remaining. He has 2 of them, so possibly he could do something. As far as perks go, Taylor Pendrith has extra control, so if you roll a 4 on the white die, even if the course controls, Pendrith would control that particular play. So right now, since the first group is all out of contention on the 13th hole, I went in and simmed those, if you want to say, fast rolled them, whatever you want to call it, instant results, and got the results there. Connors in the second group is out of contention, so I rolled for him, and now we're down to Clark and Eckroat to start the 12th hole. Clark with the honors. So Wyndham Clark will be playing this 12th hole. It is a par 3. And like I said, he does have 2 chips. He could spend a chip here and control the hole, or he could take his chances. I think he's going to go ahead and take his chances and keep those. He wants to keep those chips a little bit longer if he can. So he's going to hope to roll a 1, 2, or a 6. Is Clark. And he did. He rolled a 2, so he gets to keep that chip. It's a 3, 4, 5 on a par 3. 3, 4, 5 on a par 3 for Wyndham Clark. 3, 4, 5 it says miscalculated swing since ball past green, wedged on the green, difficult putt for par. All right, so the difficult putt for par is a 1 to 3. He's going to use his chip to make it a moderate putt for par, so it'll be a 1 to 5 now instead of a 1 to 3. And it's a good thing he did that, because he would have bogeyed. And Clark cannot afford a bogey being this far behind. So he uses his chip, and it came up to be a good move. And he was able to save par. Now here's Austin Eckroat, and these guys are all on the ledge. If Bradley birdies, they're all 3 going to go by the wayside. So they need to rack up some birdies pretty quickly. That's a 4. Course will control. It's 15. Well, it's golf cam course. So we got a nice break there, did Eckroat. Golf cam course. Green die is a 4 on a par 3. Ask if it's a daunting hole. It is a daunting hole. Clutch putt for par. So if he doesn't make this par, he's out of contention. Red chip won't even matter. But if he makes the par, then he'll get a blue chip and he'll stay in it. But he needs a 1 to 3. And he doesn't get it, so he will go by the wayside. He'll be the 7th person eliminated. And we'll make sure he doesn't double bogey. We'll just check and make sure he gets a standard bogey, which he does. Bogey 4. So now he is out of contention. So we're down to 5 golfers remaining. And the 12th hole is done. Now we go to the 11th hole. And we have 2 golfers out of contention in this threesome. We have Justin Thomas and Ben Griffin. We'll roll for Griffin first. It's double cordial, so Griffin gets a birdie. Birdie 4. Now Justin Thomas. He gets a par 5. And now we go to Higgs. That's a 5. So course will control, and that is a 12. So he's golf cam green. Golf cam green on a par 5, and a green die is a 6. Friendly green or laser golfer. Not a friendly green. He's not a laser golfer. Clutch putt for par for Higgs. So he's in the same boat. Higgs is in the same boat. Needs a 1 to 3 to stay in it. And he does. He gets a blue chip, but that may or may not help him depending on what Bradley does. But he does get his par 5. And now we go to the 11th hole for the final threesome. And actually, Pendrith has the honors. Pendrith and Bradley both birdied the 9th hole. So Pendrith has the honors here on this 10th hole. That's a 2. Course will control. It's a 46, and that's golf cam course. So he caught a break. Green die is a 2 on a par 4 on golf cam course. Cordial hole, no. Daunting hole, yes, it is a daunting hole. So it is a daunting hole. Clutch putt for bogey, that's not good. Clutch putt for bogey. Clutch putt for bogey, 1 to 3. When he makes his bogey, he gets his chip, but he will fall 5 shots back now. And time is running out. Bogey 5 for Pendrith. Now we go to our leader, Keegan Bradley. He's just kind of rolling along here. Bring up back that 10th hole again so we can see it. Actually, put it over here right by Keegan Bradley. We're right by Mr. Bradley there. 3, and the course will control that. 23. He's in the rough on the second shot. Is Keegan Bradley on this par 4. And the green die is a 6. Green die 6 rough, second shot, par 4. It was second shot. Yes, second shot, par 4. 6. Is he a master? He's a semi-master, but the dot says no, so he's not a master. Double difficult putt for par. So what he's going to have to do here is lay up and accept the bogey, because you don't want to double bogey this situation. So he's going to lay up and make it an easy putt for bogey, which he gets. So he will get a bogey 5, and that will move these guys up 1 shot closer. And no one's on the fringe now. Everybody's trying to hang in there. And the final member of this group, Tommy Fleetwood. That's a 6. So Fleetwood could take a blue chip and keep it going, or he could attack the green. Man, I think on his 10th hole, he's going to take his chip. He doesn't have any chips. He would like to get some chips. So he needs to start accumulating some chips. So he's going to take the chip. There's still 8 holes remaining. So the thought process there is take your par and your chip and see about working your way ahead, so to speak. All right, so we go to the 14th hole. And again, on the 14th hole, all 3 of these golfers are out of contention. So we'll do the out of contending golfers chart. It's a semi-cordial hole, which means we're in this column right here. So a 1 is a birdie, 6 is a bogey, anything else is a par. But if you roll a 2, you got a chance at a birdie with the dot. So we start with Sepp Straka. He rolls a 5, so that will be a par 4 for Sepp Straka. We go to Schmid, Matty Schmid. He rolls a 1. That's a birdie. 33 for Schmid. And then Fitzpatrick, he will get his par as well. So now we go to the 13th hole, and 2 of the 3 are out of contention. Eckroat and Connors are out of contention, so we'll roll for them. First one up is Connors. Since it's a neutral hole, a 3 is a par. Go to Eckroat, and he gets a birdie. 33 for Eckroat. Now we go to Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark is now up on this 13th hole. He does have a chip, but again, he gains control. I'm sorry, it's Pendrith that gains control, but this is Wyndham Clark. Man, he could. You know what? He's going to spin the chip and control the hole. He doesn't like those things with the trees there, so he's going to control the hole. And we get a 1-2-6 on a par 4. So we go to par 4, 1-2-6 for Wyndham Clark. 1-2-6 direct green. No, it's not a direct green. Is he stone? No, he's semi-soft. We're going to mood. He is neutral on his mood, is Wyndham Clark. So we will go to the mood chart where he will be neutral. And the green die is a 6 on the par 4. Is he sunny? No, he's not sunny, so it's a difficult putt for par. 1-3 for Wyndham Clark if he wants to remain 3 shots back. And he misses it, so he will bogey. So the bogey by Bradley, he's getting things back against his competition, as this will be a bogey for Clark. And he will drop 4 shots back into a second-place tie with Pendrith. Now we go to the 12th hole, where we will see 2 golfers out of contention, Griffin and Thomas. So we'll start out with Griffin. It's a daunting hole, so the only way you make birdie on a daunting hole is with a 1 plus the decider die. That's a 4. That'll be a par for Griffin. Par 3. Now Justin Thomas, he gets a par as well. We go down to Higgs. Higgs has a chip, but you need 2 chips to control a daunting hole, so he's going to play it as is. And that is a 4. Course will control, and we get a 56, 5-6. He's in the water on the first shot, not where you want to be. Water on the first shot of a par 3. Only worse places to be in the water on the second shot on a par 3. So the water on the first shot, par 3, green die is a 3. Is he an icon? Higgs is a semi-icon, but the dot says no. So he's not an icon. Whoops, where'd I go here? Up here. He's not an icon. Easy putt for bogey if he was. Now we have a moderate putt for bogey. So the moderate putt for bogey is 1-5. So 1-5 chance for a bogey. And he will get that bogey, but he will drop 6 shots back now. So they are literally dropping like flies. Now we go to our first group. And Fleetwood has the honors as the other 2 bogeyed on the hole. This is double cordial. This is where Fleetwood needs to make up some ground right here. That's a 1. Fleetwood will control, and it's 3-4-6 on a par 5. 3-4-6 on a par 5 for Tommy Fleetwood. Is he a bomber? He is not a bomber. Is he utility? No, he's not utility. Is it a firm green? No, it's not a firm green either. So we're going to Golf Cam Green. And the green die is a 6 on a par 5. Friendly green or laser golfer? He's not a laser golfer. It's not a friendly green. It's double cordial, but it's not friendly. The hole is double cordial. The green is not friendly, I should say. So it's clutch putt for par. So he's a semi-gold. So 1-4, he'll get his clutch putt for par and earn another chip. But he misses that, and he will bogey and drop back to 6, and he'll lose the chip he had. And he does make the bogey. But again, Bradley just watching his competition just fall to the wayside. And now here's Pendrith. He controls on a 4, so the only way the course controls is with the 5. And we rolled a 5, wouldn't you know it? 23 is in the trees on the 3rd shot. That's just kind of luck you had. Sometimes you got to be lucky in this game, point blank. I mean, that's just bad luck. You got a 5 in 6 chance of controlling the hole, and the 1 in 6 chance comes up. And not only does it come up, it puts you in the trees on the 3rd shot. So it's like going from bad to worse. So trees on the 3rd shot of a par 5, and green die is a 2. He's not a workman, so it's a gimme putt for par. But boy, he really could have used a birdie on a cordial par 5. He's gonna get his par, but he's gonna walk away disappointed. Par 5 for Pendrith, and now we go to Bradley, our leader now back again by 4 shots because his competition is falling apart too. Bradley, the 6, he's going to take his par and take his chip. He's got a 4-shot lead. There's no sense being aggressive or dangerous with anything. He's just going to take what he's got and go. And now we're going to the 15th hole, and this is where we're going to check for emerging contenders. Emerging contenders. And if you haven't seen the emerging contenders before, basically we roll 2 D6s. If either one of them comes up as a 1, then we're going to check for it to see who the emerging contender is. If neither of these come up as a 1, then we just ignore it and move on. And they're 44, so nothing happens. There are no emerging contenders today, so the B+ crowd and the B crowd will just go off to the side and count their points up, and that's about it. So now at the 15th hole, we're going to, of course, do the out of contenders roll. And with a double cordial hole, we're on the far right, you can birdie on a 1 or a 2. So let's start out with Matty Schmid. Schmid gets a 2, so that's a birdie for Schmid. Back-to-back birdies for Schmid, and that'll bring up Straka. Straka 3, which means he could birdie if he gets a dot. And he does, so birdie 4 for Straka. And that brings up Fitzpatrick. And he birdied. So all 3 of them birdie this par 5. So now we go to the next hole, 14. th hole, and 2 guys are out of contention. That is Eckroat and Connor. So we roll for Eckroat. Semi-cordial, which means you need a 1 for birdie, basically. 4 is going to be a par, and that was for Connors. Now Eckroat, he gets a birdie. Eckroat with the birdie. And now we're at Wyndham Clark. Clark is out of chips now. He had those 2, but he spent them both. And now see what he can do here. 5, which means the only way the course would control is with the 5, and that's what he found. Again, bad luck. So we get a 23, 2 and a 3, and he's in the sand on the 2nd shot of this par 4. Let's see if Wyndham Clark can get out of this. Par 4, sand, 2nd shot. Green die is a 1, though. Is he chunky? No, he's actually not chunky. So we got the pin result. So the pin result, right here, we're going to roll again on the white die and compare it to the pin chart. We get a 2. Easy putt for par. Okay, so an easy putt for par. And he gets this par. So Clark gets a par. He will get his par 4. Now we move on to the 13th hole. And our 2 out of contending golfers, Justin Thomas and Ben Griffin. Start with Griffin. He gets a birdie. Ben Griffin, a birdie 3. Justin Thomas, a par. And now Higgs, who's hanging on by a thread, he got a chip. He may as well use it. Can't take him home with you. And that is a 2.66 on a par 4. See what he can do with that. 2.66 on a par 4. For Harry Higgs, 2.66. Is he king or shaper? No, he's not king or shaper. Is he champion? No, he's not champion. I'm going to right now on Harry Higgs, and he is semi-cold because he bogeyed the last hole. The Cider die says he's cold, so we're going to the right now chart, and he is cold with a green die of 6 on a par 4. Is he hot? No. So we got a difficult putt for par. So 1 to 3, he's got to make this or he will fall off contention. And he makes it to stay in contention, but barely. Now we go to 12 for our final threesome. And we're looking at Pendrith having the honors. Again, he controls on a 4, so the only way the course controls is on a 3 or a 5. And we get a 1, so he will control this. 2, 3, 4 on a par 3 for Taylor Pendrith. 2, 3, 4 on a par 3. 2, 3, 4 on a par 3. Is he dynamic? He is not dynamic. So it's going to experience where he's a semi-icon, but the dot says he's not. So it's neutral on experience with a green die of 2 on a par 3. Is he an icon? No. Difficult putt for birdie. Well, he can use his chip to make it a moderate putt for birdie. So it's a 1 to 2. It'd be a 1 to 2. And he doesn't get it. So now it's an easy putt for par. And he gets his par, but he's run out of holes, quite frankly. So now here's Keegan Bradley. He's got a chip. He may as well use it. Avoid the nasty stuff on this hole. Oh, that held up there. So let's redo that one. There we go. 156 on a par 3 for Keegan Bradley. 156. 156. Is he hacker or gilded? He is none of that. So going to experience, and he is an icon. So Keegan Bradley, an icon, and the green die is a 5 on a par 3. Is he a prospect? No. So instead of a difficult putt for par, it's a moderate putt for birdie. So a moderate putt for birdie is 1 to 2. If he makes this, Higgs and Fleetwood will be off the board. He does not, so it'll be an easy putt for par. And he'll take his par 3. And that'll bring up Fleetwood, hanging on by a thread. And we get a 1, so Fleetwood will control 1, 2, 4 on the par 3. 1, 2, 4 on a par 3 hole for Tommy Fleetwood. Is it a firm green? No. So we're going to golf cam green. Instead of the short game, we're going to golf cam green. And green die is a 4. Is it a friendly green? No, it's not a friendly green. It's actually semi-challenging. Is it a challenging green? Yes, it is. It's semi-challenging. The dot says it is. So with it being a friendly green, a challenging green, it says multiple issues, clutch putt for bogey. Well, he's eliminated right there. Even if he makes this, he's going to get a bogey, and that's going to put him out of range. He makes the putt and would earn a blue chip, but that's irrelevant as he gets a bogey 4. And so 2 consecutive bogeys for Mick Fleetwood. I keep calling him Mick Fleetwood. Maybe he's playing like Mick Fleetwood. That's probably why. But for Tommy Fleetwood, that's going to end his particular day as far as being on the board. Now we go to 16 for our out of contending golfers, all 3 of them. We start with Matty Schmid. That's a 3, so he'll get his par 3. We go to Straka. He gets a 5. And on a daunting hole, I think that's still going to be okay. Yep, still going to be a par. No, it's not. I take it back. You can bogey if you get a dot. Nope, he got his par. So he got lucky there and got his par. And now Fitzpatrick. A 1 for Fitzpatrick. He got a chance at a birdie if you rolled a dot. He did not. So everybody got their par on the 16th. We move on to 15 and the 2 out of contending golfers, Eckroat and Connors. Here's Eckroat. He gets a 6 on a double cordial, which means if you get the dot, he actually bogeys this. And he does. Wow. Really bad break there for Eckroat to bogey a very easy hole. It's Connors. He gets the birdie. And now Wyndham Clark. This is his hole to try to make up some ground. He basically needs an eagle to get back into this. It's a 1. He's got a control. So that is a 4, 5, 6 on a par 5. Maybe he can make something happen here. 4, 5. He needs a gallery cheers and be able to attack the hole. That's what he really needs. So 4, 5, 6 is blank, blank. And so we're just going to microchart green. So that's not really going to help him. Caught a bad break there, actually. Green die is a 5. Is it a friendly green? No, it's not a friendly green, not a challenging green. Moderate putt for par. Actually, easy putt for par. Take that back. Easy putt for par. But either way, he's looking for more than pars right now. So Clark gets the par 5, but that's pretty much not going to help him. Pendrith, the only one, still has enough holes to catch up. Go to 14, and we'll be rolling for Griffin and Thomas on the out of contending golfers chart. That's a 1. So for Griffin, he will get his second birdie on. He's actually 3 under on the back 9 on this out of contending chart. Thomas, he will get a birdie as well. Now we go to Higgs. And we get a 1. So Higgs will control this 1, 5, 6 on a par 4 for Higgs. 1, 5, 6 on a par 4. Legend or bomber? He is a semi-bomber. Dot says he is, so he is a bomber. So we got a long range tee, gallery cheers, so he'll get a blue chip, which might help him on the next shot. Gallery cheers. And we're going to gallery cheers. That's a 1. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. Easy putt for birdie. An easy putt for birdie is 1 to 4. Does he make it a gimme with the chip, or does he take a chance? He's going to take a chance that he can make this birdie on a 1 to 4. And he does. So he keeps his chip and makes his birdie, gets off the ledge. Birdie 3 for Higgs. So that whole group all birdied this par 4. Now we go to 13 for the final group. And up first is going to be Pendrith. And we get a 6. So he can take a chip or attack the hole. He's going to take a chip. He's basically banking on Bradley screwing up, basically, is what he's doing. So he's going to take his par 4 and take his chip. And here comes Bradley. For Bradley, that's a 1. So Bradley will control the hole. It's a 1-1-6 on a par 4. So Keegan Bradley getting those nice rolls. 1-1-6. He's not a duffer. Is he soft? He is not soft. So it's a moderate putt for birdie, which is a 1 to 2. And he's got it. So that's going to push everybody back. He's got a 5-shot lead now. And it's pretty much, he's just toying with everybody now. Nothing really left to, as far as any kind of suspense. We actually need to roll for Fleetwood. I forgot he is out of contention. So we'll roll for Fleetwood. And he gets a 3. So he gets a par 4. So now we go to the 17th hole. And we'll be looking at the first grouping, starting with Sepp Straka. And that's a 5 on a daunting. So possible bogey if he gets a dot. And he does. So Straka will bogey. Bogey 5 for Sepp Straka. Now we go to Schmid. And he bogeys. Now Fitzpatrick. And he bogeyed. So they all bogeyed. Everybody gets a bogey 5 on that hole in the first group. So the next group, 116. And we have Eckroat and Connors to roll on the chart. And this is Eckroat. I'm sorry, this is Connors. Connors a 5. So with the dot, that would be a bogey. And it's not, it's par. Par 3 for Connors. Eckroat, same thing. This time he bogeys. So 2 bogeys in a row for Eckroat after two birdies. And now we go to Clark, Wyndham Clark. 5 shots back. That's a 4. The course will control. It's a 2-6. So he's on the golf cam green on this par 3. But basically, they're just playing for points right now. Golf cam green. And the green die is a 2. Is it a cordial hole? No. Is it a daunting hole? Yes. Clutch putt for bogey for Wyndham Clark. So that's bad. Obviously, 1-3. He's got his bogey, but he drops 6 shots back now. So again, they're just, the competition for Bradley are just falling like flies. And now we go to the 15th hole. So unfortunately, not a lot of suspense here. We go to Griffin, and he rolls a 3, which is a par. Go to Justin Thomas. He gets a 2 on a double cordial, and that is a birdie. Justin Thomas will get a birdie 4. And then now we go to Higgs. And that is a 3. Higgs will control 3-4-5 on a par 5. 3-4-5. 3-4-5 for Higgs. Let's see here. Wait a minute. 3-4-5. Struck thin, short, not much roll. Gallery groans. So the gallery is going to groan, which means he will get a red chip, which when he already has a blue chip means he just loses the blue chip. We go to gallery groans. Green die 5. He's not a workman. So it's a difficult putt for par. So it's a 1-3. He's got to make this or he falls off the leaderboard. And he barely makes his par, so he hangs in there. He's hanging in there. Final group. And it's going to be Keegan Bradley, who just birdied the last hole. He's just toying with these guys at this point. That's a 1, so Keegan Bradley will control again. 4, 5, 6 on a par 4. 4, a 5, and a 6 on a par 4. 4, 5, 6. Blank here. So we'll go to golf course or golf cam green. And on golf cam green, green die is a 4 on a par 4. Is it a friendly green? No, it's not a friendly green. It's not a challenging green, so it's clutch putt for par. Keegan Bradley. 1-3 for a clutch putt for par and gain a blue chip. And he makes it. So he makes his par and gains a blue chip for his credit. Par 4. Roll for Fleetwood, who's out of contention. And that's a 1, so Fleetwood will get a birdie 3 on that. And now Pendrith. The only way the hole control is on a 5, and of course he rolls a 5. That's a 25. It is golf cam course though. Green die is a 4. Cordial hole. It's semi-cordial. The dot says it is, so it is a cordial hole. Clutch putt for birdie for Pendrith. A 1-3 to get a birdie. And he misses the clutch putt for birdie, so he's going to lose his blue chip. Has an easy putt for par. And that's just the way things are going for anybody other than Keegan Bradley. Now we'll move on to the 18th hole. For the first group, and we'll get them finished up. 4, that was Straka. 4 and a daunting is a par 4. Schmid, that's a bogey. Bogey 5 for Schmid. And Fitzpatrick. He gets a 5 on a daunting, which is chance for a bogey if you roll a dot. and he got the bogey 5 as well. All right, so that's the first group. They are complete. Let's see how they did on their round. Starting with Sepp Straka, he shot a 36 on the front side. On the back side, he went 1 over, even, 1 under, even. So he shot a 36 here as well for a total of 72. Straka was a 215, so he ends up with a 287. 287, which is 1 under par. So we'll give him the old -1 there. Fitzpatrick started with a 35. He went 1 over, 2 over, 1 over, 2 over, 3 over for a 39, and a 35 for a 74. Fitzpatrick 74 and a 215 is a 289. So he finished +1 on the tournament. Schmid shot a 36 on the front. He goes 1 over, even, 1 under, even, 1 over for a 37 for 73. And Schmid, 73, and Schmid, 215 is a 288. So he shot even par for the tournament. So that's how the first grouping is getting along. Now we go to 17 for the next group. 17, next group, we're going to roll for Connors and Eckroat. Connors, 5, that is a bogey if he rolls a dot. It is not. So Connors gets his par 4. Eckroat, he gets a par. And now we go to Wyndham Clark. That's a 5. Course will control. And we got a 3-3-4. Three, 3, 4. Well, actually, course control, so we're just looking at 34. That's golf cam course, so we got a break there, I guess. A 3 on a par 4. It's not a cordial hole, that's for sure. Is it a daunting hole? You better believe it. Clutch putt for bogey, so that means Wyndham Clark's off the board as well. Best he can do is a bogey. And he misses that, so we're looking at a double bogey. Double bogey for Wyndham Clark. Double bogey 6 just put him out of contention. So now only 3 of the 12 are still remaining. And we go to 16 for Griffin and Thomas, who are out of contention. Griffin gets a par. Thomas gets a potential birdie. It is a birdie for Thomas. He gets a birdie 2. He's birdied 3 in a row on the back side, but not going to help him any. And now Higgs. That is a 1, so Higgs will control the hole. 2-3-4 on a par 3. 2-3-4, par 3. 2-3-4. 2-3-4, par 3. Is he dynamic? Higgs is dynamic. So it's easy putt for birdie for Higgs, which is a 1-4. 1-4, and he will get off the ledge. And of course he didn't. So it's going to be a gimme for par. He gets his par, but boy, he could have certainly used the birdie there. But he did not. So we go to 15 for our leaders, or their last group, I should say. Fleetwood out of contention. 5 on a double cordial is going to be a par for Fleetwood. And now we go to our leader, Keegan Bradley. 6, he's going to just take his chip and take his par. Why not? He's got a huge lead. No reason to be aggressive at all. Now we go to Pendrith. And this time Pendrith does control. 1-3-5 on a par 5 for Taylor Pendrith. 1-3-5. Is he duffer or puny? No. Is he a champion or a hero? Yes, he is. Dead on, we're going to the secondary short game chart. Not the one with the flag, but the one that has more of a pinpoint. It's called a special short game right here. Green die is a 3. Is he stone? No, he's not stone. Easy putt for birdie. So again, 1-4 is a birdie. And this time he does get it. So Pendrith pulls within 4 shots of the lead. And maybe more importantly for him, 2 shots ahead of Higgs for second place. So now we move on to 18, where we will have the out of contending golfers on the second group. All of them are out of contending. So we start with Connors. He gets a 1, which means he could get a birdie with a dot. And he does. So Connors birdies the 18th hole. Now we'll go to Eckroat, and he's going to bogey. Now we go to Wyndham Clark, and he will par. So now we can total up the second threesome and see how they did. Starting out with Wyndham Clark, he was a 34 on the front side, then went 1 under, even, 1 over, 3 over. So he shot a 39 on the back for a 73 to go with his 214. That is a 287, and again, 1 under, tied with Strata. Eckroat was a 34 also, 1 over, 2 over, 1 over, even, 1 over, 2 over, 3 over, a 39. So he also shoots a 73, and he will also have a 287 at -1. Connors started with a 34, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under. So he shoots a 33, total of 67 to go with the 214. That's a 281. He is the leader in the clubhouse at 7 under par. So he is your leader in the clubhouse. Of course, until Keegan Bradley gets there. But he's the leader in the clubhouse right now at 287. And now we go to 17. And on 17, we're going to roll for the out of contending golfers, Griffin and Thomas, and we'll play let Higgs play his 17th hole. But first, we start with Thomas, and he gets a birdie if this is a dot. Nope, it's only a par for Thomas, par 4. Now Griffin, he gets his par 4. Now we roll for Harry Higgs. That's a 6. He may as well attack the green. Getting the chip this late in the game, probably not going to help him. So he's going to attack the green. And when you attack the green, you go in this area here, re-roll the white die, and see what happens. That's a 3 on attack the green. Reaches fringe of green, double difficult pitch for birdie. So double difficult pitch for birdie, you would need a 1 plus the decider die. Play it safe, 2 putt is a gimme putt for par. So he's going to have to do that, because if you bogey, you're going to be off the board. So he's going to get his par for Higgs. And now we go to 16. And Pendrith, who coming off a birdie, he's going to lead off. Oh, decider die got hung up there. Let's re-roll that. There we go. He will control the hole, 4-6-6 on a par 3. 4-6-6 on a par 3. Is he laser or hot? He is not laser, but he is, let's see. Is he hot? Yes, he's semi-hot because he birdied the last hole and he's got the dot. So it does make him hot. So it's an easy putt for birdie. 1 to 4 would be back-to-back birdies for Pendrith. And he's got it. So Pendrith pulls within 3 shots. Pendrith trying to put a little bit of pressure on Bradley and make him think about it at least. Here's Fleetwood, and he gets his par 3. And now we go to Keegan Bradley. Keegan Bradley has 2 chips. He's going to use them both to control the hole. He doesn't like what he's looking at here. So he's going to control the hole here and try to get something good out of it. 3-5-6, and that's going to ask if he's a champion. He is not a champion. So he's going to right now. And right now, Bradley is neutral. So we go to right now chart on a par 3, green die 3, and he's neutral. 3 on a par 3, and he's neutral. It's asking if he's cold. No, he's not cold. If he was cold, it'd be a double difficult putt for par. Otherwise, easy putt for birdie. So how about that? Bradley's got an easy putt for birdie that would knock Higgs off the board. 1 to 4, and it does. So Higgs is off the board. So the only guy left on the board is Pendrith, and he's now 4 shots back as Bradley matches birdie for birdie. And so using both those chips was certainly a prudent move, and that will take care of business for him. Now we go to 18 for the next to last group. And everybody's out of contention except for Pendrith, and he's the only one left. So all 3 of these guys are out of contention. We start with Justin Thomas. He gets a par. We go to Griffin. He gets a potential birdie, and he does. Griffin will get a birdie 3. Par 4 for Thomas, and now for Higgs. He gets a potential birdie, and Higgs gets a birdie 3. All right, so now we can total up what those 2 guys did. Before we go to the 17th hole, we'll look at what this threesome did. Starting with Higgs, he shot a 37. He went 1 over, even, 1 under for a 35, which gives him a 72. And Higgs, a 212 and a 72 is a 284 for Higgs, which is 4 under. So obviously Connor's out of contention, but he had a better round because he played off the board and got lucky on his rolls. That's just the way it works. Griffin was 37. He was 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under. He shot a 32 for a total of 69. 69 for Griffin, and a 214 is a 273, which makes him, let's see, 27. Is that right? 273, 69 for Griffin, and a 214. I'm sorry, it's a 283. I can't add right here. 283 for a -5 for Griffin. Thomas started with a 37, went 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 33, and that is a 70. And Thomas with a 70 and a 214 is a 284, 4 under par. And now we're on our last threesome to play the final 2 holes. And of course, Fleetwood is out of contention, so we'll roll him first. He gets a 1 chance at a birdie, but he's going to get his par, so Fleetwood will get the par 4. And now Pendrith, a 3. The course will control. 16 is in the sand on the first shot. Sand on the first shot of a par 4. And the green die is a 6. That's not good either. Is he sandy? No, he's not sandy. Double difficult putt for par. Double difficult putt for par. Man, that's a 1. Doesn't make it. It's a 1 to 3. He's going to go for it. He's going to have to go for it. Doesn't get it. Now it's a difficult putt for bogey, 1 to 3. And he does make the bogey. He drops 5 shots back. And short of keeling over, Keegan Bradley will win this going away. He's something if he got a birdie or something and end up being the only guy left on the board. We had a 2, so Keegan will control. That's just the way it's been going for him. He's getting the rolls he needs. 1, 2, 3 on a par 4. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to golf cam green. Golf cam green. And the green die is a 3 on a par 4. Is it a challenging green? It is a challenging green. So clutch putt for par for Keegan Bradley, 1 to 3. And he got it. So he will get his blue chip for the last hole as he made the par. And now we'll roll for Fleetwood. And that's a par for Fleetwood. Now we'll go to Pendrith. Oh, that 1 die went outside. Let's try that again. There we go. 3, and the course will control that. 25, golf cam course. Green die 4 on a par 4. Is it a cordial hole? No. Is it a daunting hole? Yes. Shrewd played, clutch putt for par. So 1 to 3 for a par. Doesn't get it, he'll make his bogey, assuming it's an easy putt for bogey. Oh, let's re-roll that. Barely he makes that bogey putt. But now if Bradley birdies this hole, he will clean the board literally. He's got one chip, but you need two chips to control a daunting hole, so he'll have to play it this way. Course will control. It's a 22. He's in the rough on the first shot, but he does have a blue chip to maybe improve his putting or whatever. So par 4, he's in the rough on the first shot, and the green die is a 2. Is he a master? He is a semi-master, and of course the dot's going to come and say he's a master, and you just knew it was going to happen. So yes, he's a master. Going to the wow chart, he gets another blue chip by going to the wow chart. And we re-roll on the wow chart. And we get a 1, which means re-roll, it's in the hole for an eagle. 2 to 6, it's a gimme putt for birdie. It's in there for an eagle. He puts it in for an eagle on the last hole, and he clears the board. It's Keegan Bradley. Talk about winning in style. Keegan Bradley just blew everybody away. An eagle 2 on the last hole, holding it from the rough. Incredible. Eagle 2. And now we can look at the scores for our last group. We'll start with Fleetwood. He had a 39 on the front side. Then he went 1 over, 2 over, 1 over for a total of 37. That gives him a 76 to go with the 210. So he's a 286, 2 under par for Fleetwood. For Pendrith, 36 on the front, 1 over, even, 1 under, even, 1 over, 37 for a total of 73. So Pendrith has a 284, which makes him 4 under. And now Bradley, 34 on the front side, 1 over, even, 1 under, 3 under for 33. He shoots a 67 on the front, on the back rather, 67 for the final round, and will shoot a 275, which is going to be 13 under par. So he wins by more than 6 shots because, well, 6 shots technically, but Connors was getting these birdies by being out of control. So he just blew everybody away. Keegan Bradley gets the 100 points for the victory at Jack's tournament with a total of 275, beating what Scotty Scheffler did real world by 3 shots. Next up is at 281 is Connors. He'll finish second at 281, 6 shots back. Finishing third at 283 is going to be Ben Griffin. 283, he finishes 8 shots back. In a tie for fourth at 284, we have Higgs and Thomas and Pendrith, all of them there. 3-way tie for fourth. So Pendrith, Higgs, and Thomas all shoot 284, 9 shots back. Now we go to 285. Is there anybody at 285? No. So we go to 286, and we have Tommy Fleetwood. 286, he's 11 shots back. He finishes 7th by himself. 287, we got 3 of them. We got Straka, Clark, and Eckroat. So we got Straka, Clark, and Eckroat. They will all tie for 8th place. 287, 12 shots back. 288 is Matty Schmid. He will be 11th. That is 13 shots back. And then bringing up the rear is Fitzpatrick at 289. 14 shots back. 12th place. So there you go. There is the final tally. And the man No question about it. Keegan Bradley, he blew everybody away. Started with the lead and just never looked back. He used those 5 blue chips he got in the perks and issues role to his advantage, using those chips early and often, and built a 4-shot lead and never let it go. And he just, when he wasn't making birdies, he was just waiting around making pars for his opponents to fall apart, which they did. So Keegan Bradley is your winner at the Muirfield Village, the Memorial Tournament, Jack's Place. Next week, we'll be at Oakmont, Pennsylvania for the U.S. Open, 2025 U.S. Open, second major of the season. J.J. Spahn is the one who won the tournament Real World. We'll see what he can do in this U.S. Open coming up. That'll be next week from Oakmont, Pennsylvania. But for right now, we give the stage to Keegan Bradley. He certainly deserves it. He took care of business. So that's going to do it from here. Unfortunately, not a close tournament, but hopefully you enjoyed the process anyway. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.